Aries, welcome to your weekly reading. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Aries. Sun, moon, and rising positions for the week ahead. Aries, what's going on? What is the major theme right now for Aries week? Let's see. What is the major theme for Aries this week? Chop wood in the reverse position, in the challenge position. Very interesting card to start your reading, Aries. So seeing chop wood always makes me think that you've got to be getting ready for something, that you're preparing for something. Whether or not you realize it or not, you could be preparing for a big shift. The reversal in this is that it's time to take small steps, to not move your focus, in a way that you're biting off more than you can chew. It's sort of time here to focus on the day-to-day things, instead of feeling like you have to solve the world's problems this week. Maybe it's just time to do some laundry, or to do the dishes, or to go grocery shopping, or to clean the house, or to clean the car, or to, this is a week of stuff that needs your attention, but the smaller stuff. This isn't the week to be like, how am I going to solve this problem in my community or this world issue? This isn't that week. It's not the week to be looking at the big items. This is a week to focus on the details, because without the details, there's no self-care. Do you know what I mean? This is a week to make sure you've got food in the fridge. This is a week to make sure the house is clean, that the laundry's done, that the dishes aren't piling up and making that yucky smell in the sink. That if there's some work that needed your attention, to do that work, or if there's some bills that need to get paid, to go ahead and do that. This is a week of taking care of some small things in order to set yourself up so that you have a chance to move mountains later. This isn't the week of moving mountains. This is the week of packing for that trip to go to the mountains. Do you know what I'm saying? This is that week. So don't bite off more than you can chew this week. You might be feeling that temptation, Aries, but this is a week to actually pay attention to the details, not the big giant tasks, just the things that you need to take care of in order to take care of yourself, to really set yourself up for the big stuff. This is a week of preparation. Let's see here. Ace of Cups. Yep. See, even the Ace of Cups is in reverse to say, hello, take care of yourself. This is a week of self-love, self-nurturing, self-care. This is a week of Aries taking care of Aries. Okay. That's what's happening right now in the reading for you. Is it's time to take care of yourself. This is a week of choices. You may have big choices to make later on, but it's not the week to make the big giant choices. I feel like you just have to choose where you want to invest yourself and then start preparing towards what that looks like. So, for example, perhaps you're facing a decision about what you do for money. And you've been investing yourself over here for a long time, but now you're starting to think, maybe I want to change directions and go over here. But instead of just jumping ship and starting to build a new website and changing your emails and doing all of those big things, perhaps it's just time to do some research or see if what it would look like, to transition. What would that transition need to be successful? What would you need to get prepared for that transition? Instead of jumping into the transition right away, we're looking at things to sort of support our choices this week. Yes, and seeing the Page of Rods in reverse says to me, if you bite off more than you can chew right now, you may find yourself getting frustrated, sort of like, when you see not that you're a child, but this is a page, so that's why I'm using this example, that when you see a child trying to do a task and they don't want to get help and they don't want anyone to help them and they just want to do it their way, but they don't actually know how to do it yet. It's too big. They've taken on too much. And then they get frustrated, and sometimes they might throw the whole project in the garbage. Right? Because they got so frustrated. I'm imagining a child sitting on the floor trying to do a puzzle that is too advanced for their age. That's the image coming to my mind. And so instead of sort of just like using building blocks or a different kind of puzzle that, taking little steps towards that big puzzle that they want to do, they end up getting frustrated that they can't figure out how the pieces fit together, and they throw the whole thing and they start screaming, and they're annoyed and frustrated. So I feel like it's the week to sort of take care of the smaller details, not to bite off more than you can chew. And there's the Lovers confirming that you do have a choice to make, and the Page of Swords, another page suggesting that you might need to keep some of this close to your chest. Again, it's not the week of announcing the grand opening of your new store, right? You haven't even left the old store yet. So don't bite off more than you can chew. Don't jump into the big things before you've had a chance to look at the details and to look at the little things. The Lovers in reverse does tell me something's out of balance. So there is probably a shift that's needed. But right now, all you have to focus on is making the little choices, making the decisions that feel like they're in alignment with you. You don't need to go making any announcements. You don't have to, throw the whole project in the garbage yet. It's not time for that. There's the Two of Cups in reverse too. So for some of you, this is about a relationship. For some of you, this is about a relationship and not needing to make a huge decision today about the outcome of this relationship. Because I have the Two of Cups and the Lovers in reverse and the Ace of Cups in reverse. So for some of you, this is about choosing whether or not you want to continue with a relationship, choosing whether or not you want to invest in starting a relationship. Whether or not this relationship is in balance is actually the key question. Not whether or not am I going to walk away from this person for the rest of my life and burn all the pictures. No. This is a time of just trying to make a decision about what resonates for you, and without biting off more than you can chew. And it's very interesting. And there's another two of Swords. So it really is decision time. You got to make a choice first before you start changing things. Just make a choice about what feels like it's in alignment with you, and then you will feel the confidence to go for it. That King of Pentacles is coming out as I say confidence, and notice it's the King is in reverse, and so is the Wheel of Fortune. So you could be trying to overly control things by biting off more than you can chew. Look who's on the bottom of the deck is the Empress. She's been showing up for, I think, almost every single reading I've done today. The Empress has shown up in some way. So it's really time to bring unity to the body, mind, and spirit here. Don't try to bite off more than you can chew this week. This is a week of just taking care of the small details and trusting that everything will fall into place. Don't get obsessed about riches or status, or, it's just going to make you end up sort of resonating in the vibe of greed if you do that. This is a time to bring balance between the material and the spiritual. And so if you're in a relationship situation, like I was saying, for some of you, this could involve a relationship, then it's really time to ask yourself, is this relationship in balance, or am I emotionally blocked from receiving love? Is there harmony here? Is there sort of a union in disruption, or is separation part of the healing process for me? You have some things to consider this week, but honestly, I feel like in your consideration, it's not time to make any big announcements. It's not time to even make a decision about it's time to consider the decision, but it might not be time for you to pull the trigger on anything big just yet. There may be a need here to seek out self-love first, like we were saying at the beginning of this reading. This might be a time to really nurture yourself before you start hacking and chopping and moving away from anything. This is a time of sort of not giving away your power, and not giving it away through words or through actions or through a mindset that's focused overly on material only. You need to sort of consider balancing the whole situation and bringing an openness to your heart, because I feel like right now for you, it might feel like you've got to do so much in order to bring a sense of peace here. But I don't know. I kind of feel like that's your ego lying to you. That feels like a limited belief, which is the Page of Wands in reverse is really limited beliefs, and then feeling angst and wanting to rebel against things and then tossing it out in the... It's too hot-headed, right? We need to be cool in the head. We need to be calm, bring stillness to the mind so that you can really prepare the details and formulate a plan. That's the key, is to formulate a plan, not to just book a ticket or sell the house or quit your job or end the relationship. You know, it's like, that's too hot-headed, Aries. And I know Aries is very passionate and fiery and ready to do things now, but you are sort of being guided to slow this train down and look at the details. I'm going to leave it at that for you, my dears. If this has resonated for you, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting. It's so nice to connect with you through these readings. As always, I'm sending you so much love and light, my friends, and I'm wishing you the best week. And thank you again for supporting the channel. We'll see you again soon.